Happy New Year, because I should have done this. I was going to do this video Christmas Day, but something got in the way. I think I had to help out in the kitchen, to be honest, cook that Christmas dinner. Right, today's video is going to be my new lure guide for 2021. I think that's right, isn't it? And this is going to be, I'm only going to be obviously only lures that I've actually caught on, because I've got bloody shitloads that I haven't. To be totally honest, there were some crackers as well, but you know, it's been a funny old year for fishing, you know. Like the times like I've gone this year, obviously I had a really bad run, terrible run of blanks, 13 or 14 blanks on the trot, and I've had every single, all of my lures with me, and nothing's worked. But like I say, if there's no fish there, you just ain't going to catch him. It's something that you have to, you know, so work it out. Like conditions wise, it's not been a brilliant year either. That's another thing. When you're working all the time, it's not easy for us to always find the time to go, you know. But taking that next year, I'm going to really try and focus on you know, when the conditions are good. Like we went last night, and it was awful. The water was like shit, crappy, muddy. There was no wind, but the waves were crashing in like anything. My mate Steve Wood had all his whole bag washed off the rock. We weren't standing in the water, we was actually standing on the shingle sort of thing. It got a freak wave, just washed everything away. I managed to catch mine in time, but nothing lost, no gear lost or anything. But it's just been a funny old year as far as the fish go. But these lures that we're going to be going over today are ones that I have actually caught on. It's going to be 20 altogether, not 10 like normal. I was going to do the whole lot, but it's a bit pointless if you haven't actually caught them. It's like being a bit of a hypocrite. Can't promote something if you haven't actually caught on it. Do you know what I mean? It's pretty important. Anyway, let's get into the video. Right, obviously the first I'm going to do it in 4 sections, because obviously, you know, the different categories. Right, the first one is going to be surface lures. Now, my number one, the first one is the Astery. Now, I called it Ostry before, but it is actually Astery. I always thought it was Ostry. Now, that is my lure, not only for that is my lure of the year for 2020. Now, the reason why is because I think I can hold my head up high and say I've actually caught every time I've used it. Now, the thing is, right, I didn't use it last night. No, I didn't use it. But the thing is, what the problem is with this lure is, like so many of the lures that I think are blinding, and I'm not trying to promote them in any way, because it's not beneficial to me in any way whatsoever, but that lure is a right pick to get hold of. I don't know why. I managed to get another one by who was it? I can't even remember. I got it now, but that actual one, the RG, is a right pick to get off. Now, every time I always seem to end up losing it for some reason. I won't tell you exactly how I lost it, but I've lost them. I think I cracked one of them off, and something happened. Another scenario happened with the other one. We won't go into that, especially if the missus is listening. Christ, she'll have a bloody heart attack. Anyway, I say no more. Anyway, yeah, taking your eye off the ball. That's what happens. Anyway, yeah, that's my number one, the RG. The obviously the Zorus RG, Zorus Ostry RG. I've also got that in the mullet. I ain't caught bugger all on that one though, but that's another beautiful looking lure. Perhaps next year give that a bit more of a go. Right, next on the old agenda, and I haven't got them out as typically, so I'll have to show you the other ones, is obviously the Pachenko. Now, this is the baby Pachenko, the not the smallest one anymore. There's an even smaller one now. Jesus, they're just trying to get your money, I reckon. I don't know. Keep bringing all these other ones out. Right, there's that one. That's the baby Pachenko, and obviously there's another one that's the 125. But I have. Oh shit! I'm getting stuck. I have caught on that one. I've got the 125, but I haven't on this one. And funnily enough, this is the same colour as the osprey. Look, the Ardrey. I haven't caught fuck all on that one. I've used it even, you know, when I have caught fish, I've used that one and still not caught actually on that. For some reason, it just looks, it's exactly the bloody same. I think never, not on that one. That one good, this one not so good. But I'm not saying it ain't so good. It's just the way, I just haven't caught on it. Right, next one on the older agenda. I have got the bigger ones as well, but I can't be bothered to dish them out there around. You know, you've seen them before, the Pachenko 2. Right, the next one, this is another steamer for me, this one. This is the Auto Walker. Where you get it, I got mine in Romania or somewhere like that. I sent off for it. I got given a couple of them as well. That is, I don't know what, I can't remember what one that is. I can't remember. But anyway, that was the one that I did the other video where, you know, I caught that off the surface. That was an absolute, but they cast like an absolute missile, they do. And I've also got that in the mullet. And what other one? I've got another one of them. Oh yeah, this is the like the chart colour, but I haven't caught on that one. But with that's not my main lure of the day. Right, the next one for this section anyway. Oh Jesus, it wouldn't be a lure guide without mentioning this one. If I can get it off my stupid table. Right, this is obviously the Tackle House Vulture. Now, these are bloody expensive. If you look on Amazon or places like that, I've seen them for like 30 quid. I think people are just taking the bloody piss. Now, I'll tell you why. It's because they know they can't get them. But, however, there is the other firm, is it Axia? Axia do a version called the, not the Vulture, I can't remember what it's called. I can't remember. But anyway, but that's a cheaper version. I think they're only about a tenner. Exactly, pretty much exactly the same. Whether the action's the same, I don't know. But I think they are. My mate Lee Smith says that they're exactly the same. So that's the Vulture. Another one. Right, and where else are we? Ah, yes. I don't think I've ever mentioned this one before. This is the Bay Rough Manic. Another one. Good catcher when the fish are about. I'm telling you, it does catch them. My other one, the silver one I've got, which is the sardine, the hooks are absolutely appalling. They have just rusted to nothing. Now, these ain't exactly brilliant, but the only thing I don't like about this, if you hooked a bloody big one, I don't think, I'm not so sure if them bloody little baby hooks are gonna hold out. I mean, I've had hooks straighten out on zonks before, so I don't think so. I don't know what they think we're fishing for. Sardines? I don't know. They are a bit. They're not going to hold it. Surely not. Anyway, but the good one. The fish I caught that have not been big ones. They've been off the surface. You know, obviously because it's a surface. So I'd sort of do like a, what would you call it? A sink and draw with that one. Right, what else we got? Oh yes, this is a bit of a mess. Now I did exactly what I told everybody not to do in the other videos, and what I did is I thought, because it doesn't fit in your box, you know, it doesn't fit in your normal lure box, as you can see. Let's just get one little fish in there. Look, like in there, it doesn't fit. So what did I do? Is I put it in my bag of soft plastics, virtually straight after I'd said about not doing it. I don't know why, I just did, because I wanted to take it with me, because not only does it cast like an absolute missile, probably one of the best casting lures I have, because you're obviously covering a lot more ground, but obviously it's a bit buggered, so I'm going to have to take the treble hooks off again, and I'd only just sprayed it as well, and redo that one, but that is a bloody killer. And like I say, you can cover a lot of ground with that, and that's the end of the surface lure department, I think. Oh yeah, we've got this one as well. I mean, I have caught on it, but I don't really use it anymore. That's the obviously the IMA salt skimmer. I've got that, and I've got it in a candy. So that's the surface lure section. Right, moving on to subsurface next. Right, next on the list, on the category list, is obviously a subsurface. Right, my first, it's my favourite. It will always be in my lure guide. Now, when I got a notification notification of somebody, or where did I see it? I see it on Facebook that they had arrived. They had come over. I don't know what must have happened, because I don't know why. I know people that still want this lure now. They came out for a while and then they sold out. Now you'd think, wouldn't you, in Japan, if they knew the demand for a lure like that, they would, you'd think there's loads of lures. Jesus, what they need to do is they need to come over here and spend a few weeks on some of the forums and some of the Facebook pages to see what, then go back home and start making some. Because like I said in the other bit, trying to get hold of some of these lures is a bloody joke, especially this one is a nightmare. It is a nightmare. It's my favourite lure. Obviously, that's a kimono IMA Joker. I've got that in the Chameleon, where I popped its eye out the other month. If I want to shut the bonnet, its head was stuck in the gap. Not that one, that ain't it. Where is it? The other one. Oh yeah, and they've got this one. Now I don't know what this one's called, but that's another colour. It's beautiful, isn't it? That's obviously a flashing plate as well. Obviously the kimono, not the kimono. Sorry, the kimono, the Chameleon that I've got. So it's somewhere, I don't know where it is, but that obviously it's a flashing plate as well. But then, because you also get obviously the cotton candy, but the bloody paint comes off of that one, which is not so good, because then you end up, you can spray them white if you like, but it's still, when you catch a couple of fish in it, they seem to wear out. There's other ones that do that as well, other few that do that. So that's the kimono, the Joker, my probably favourite lure ever. And then, right, moving on to the next one, the Tackle House Feed Shallow. Now this is obviously the 128. This has got the little black dot. And now what the difference is between this and the standard one is this is slightly heavier. I've actually changed the hooks on this, because I think that's one of the original hooks, but I definitely changed them back to. That's like a pearl sort of colour. Yep, always a renowned catcher that is. That's another one. I haven't actually caught on that one, but it doesn't normally come with, normally I only take one, do you know what I mean? I don't take the whole lot, but that's another great looking lure. Right, that's the Tackle House Feed Shallow. Never, always a great lure to have in your box. Right, next one is the Daiwa Shoreline Shiner. This is the R50 SSR, I think it's, yeah, R50 SSR, oh, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, this one, another killer. And now how I discovered this lure is I see this geezer had posted a Pembrokeshire, one of the Pembrokeshire lads, he had posted a thing on Facebook with all these bass that he'd caught, and I noticed it glimmering in the picture, the little dark picture. You can obviously see the light and see the fish that they're taking the picture of. And obviously I asked him what lure he's actually using in the picture, because I didn't recognise it. I mean, a lot of them it's pretty easy. I mean, like a feed shallow, you can pretty much tell what that is, or whatever. A little Samson lure like that, you mean, it's pretty obvious. We know what that is. I'll tell you what the problem is with my tape. It's because it's got a bloody towel on it, and if I drop a lure on it, obviously it gets hooked. But this, getting back to the Daiwa Shoreline Shiner, this one, the R50 SSR, yeah, that's it, is I've had my best ever session on that. Bloody lure, I got 20 bass one night on that. Absolute killer, absolute blinder. Well, that's that one. I used to have the sardine, lost it. I remember it. I don't know what I did. Oh no, I dropped it and I couldn't get it. I remember I hooked it on the end of my, managed to hook it on the end of my rod tip as it was drifting away. Do you know what I mean? And then as I flicked it up, it flicked it out even further. Gutted. Never mind. That's the way it goes. This is the I can't remember what it's called now. The DC-12. That's the DC-12. The sardine. That's a bloody beautiful looking lure. That's another good catcher. That one, when the fish are there, mate. That's another good one. And then it wouldn't be a lure guide without the Suzuki, the IMA Suzuki. Now, one of my favourites is the Sambora, but that's another one. It's such a pig to get hold of the bloody thing. So anyway, that's the 5 lures from the Subsurface. Oh yeah, I've also got this other one. This is a luminous, but it's not. That isn't a real Suzuki. I don't know who makes that. I can't remember. Is it? Oh, I can't remember. Rapture. That's quite a good copy. Not like some of these crap bloody Chinese ones you get. Right, that's the end of the subsurface lures. Right, so oh yeah, before I do the one of the last ones, there's also in the tackle house feed shallow, I forgot about this. This is the 105. This is a smaller one. Now, when I first did my website, I actually thought this was a DC12. I really did think it was a DC12, and obviously it wasn't. Someone pointed it out in one of the videos. So this is actually a tackle house feed shallow. This is at the 105, the smaller version. That's the sardine. That's a bloody great little catcher, that is. Another corker of a lure. Right, and without further ado, this is the Duo Tide Minnow. This is the Slim. This version casts pretty well. These do. As you can see, it's just got fish written all over it, hasn't it? Really? Well, it hasn't, but it has. You know what I mean? Anyway, that's another good catcher. We've also got this version of the flyer. This is the flyer. Yes, this is the 140. I mean, they do loads of them. I've got another little one in here. Oh yeah, but this is going to be tangled up. I'm going to be able to see it because these are all the lures in this tin that I don't use. A lot of this. Anyway, I should get another box really, but yeah, that's the Duo Tide Minnow. Very, very popular lure. That's cool, that one. I mean, the hooks are last. They're still the original hooks on that. Not like the tackle house feed shallows that go rusty on them. Anyway, that's the subsurface. Right, the next section is going to be. Let's have a little drink of my water. It's going to be, I'd say, mid-range lures, deep divers and sinking lures, because otherwise I couldn't get 5 of each because I don't use them, but I'll just go through the ones that remember, only if I've caught on them. That's the important. Right, first sinking lure. This is the IMA rocket bait. Now this is savage sinker. You really have to be in touch with it. Once that hits the water, you've got to start reeling. Believe me, you have. It will sink straight to the bottom. That is absolute corker lure. That one year we were. This was, oh, I don't know. This was. I had someone I know. They caught 2 doubles in 2 days on that. I don't get many doubles around, I tell you. In fact, I don't know anybody that's had one this year. Not round our way. I know no one. Not on the lures anyway. On bait, maybe that's a different scenario. Right, so that's the first one, the rocket bait. Next one is a deeper diver. This is the Maria Squash. It's an absolute beauty, that is. That is a very productive lure. Sometimes I found that one's that's a very, very good lure. Next, oh yeah, there's another little Maria Squash, a smaller one. I think that's a sink. I think that sinks. That's a floater. The other one. This is obviously a smaller version. This is the S95, is it? But these actually sink. But that's another little beauty. What else have we got? Oh, Jesus Christ! You could never not mention it. The Zonk, obviously a deeper diver lure. This is the Gatorade. This has got that thing on there that flips up and down. Well, some geezers, a video, it actually files that bit off so it can snap back, because if that hits the rock, it can snap. Now, a lot of you probably know this already, but there's a lot of people that come on here that haven't got a bloody clue, and you don't want to waste that money. These are just ridiculously hard to get. If you can get some, I mean, as far as patterns go, I've got my favourite ones that I use when I get a chance to use them. I mean, the last time, like last night and the time before when we went, I found I was getting caught on the bottom. I was getting stuck. So obviously they go straight back in the bots, because otherwise you're going to lose them. I did incidentally lose a lure last night, but it was a soft plastic. I'd put a bloody jig head on it, and it was really heavy, but straight away lost it. Got caught on the bottom, snapped off. You know, right? That's the. This is the Shingitsu Ayawashi. This is obviously the S120, the sinking version of the Zonk. you can try and get hold of it if you like. It's another bugger. Every time I've got hold of it, I've sent off for it in Japan. This is obviously a glow in the dark. Didn't use it last night. I glowed it up just to show my friend, but at the end of the day, didn't use it. Not going to risk it losing it. I lost one of them and a pearl zonk, 2 casts on the trot once. Can you believe that? Shit line that was down to. There's another little redhead one. I've not caught on that one. I've changed the UXO on that one because they had gone rusty, but it's just never really, you know. Oh no, I haven't actually. They are the original UXO on that. They look so good. That's why I probably thought I'd changed them. That one hardly gets a look in that little one. What else we got here? We've got the flat backer. It's another good little lure. Now what I like about this, because it looks a little bit like the zonk, don't it? It looks a little bit like it, but because it's only got 2 hooks, that's what I like about it, because it's a lot less flapping around, especially if they take that bloody hook right down. That's a bit of a nightmare. What else have we got here? We've got the flaming dart. I'll be honest, I haven't actually caught on this, but I know somebody who has, so, and actually on my lure, so that it has to go in there as far as I'm concerned, because I know it has worked, but that's got a really divey action, and maybe because it's got such a big bib on it, you know, on its gob, it dives. Obviously you can see the difference. That's obviously why it cuts through the water and goes right, sort of probably why it's called the flaming dart. Now what else have I got? Not so much in the old the deeper divers. I mean, because some of them other lures that are like surfaces, like the Bay Rough is a sinking lure really, you know. And oh yeah, I just got this one, but I haven't really had a chance to use it. I did chuck it out a few times last night. This is the old Samson lures. Now these do work, but I don't know what category that is, because that sinks like a brick. But I'm sure you can use them as they go on the surface. I don't know whether it's the way the way it's cut like that is maybe, you know, makes it come to the surface. I really don't know, but there's that geezer from Portugal, Grant Woodgate is his name, I think. He smashes to the bass, that's bloody like that, massive. And that's what he seems to use all the time. You can actually get different skins for those. You know, you put them on and then heat it somehow, hot water or something like that, and it melts a new skin on it to obviously give it a different, which is quite a good idea actually. Anyway, so that's the deeper divers. I know there's more than that, I just can't bloody find them. Anyway, thank you. Next one. Right then, so in the next section it's obviously soft plastics. We're not doing metals because I don't really use them, to be honest. I have got them, but I haven't really had much luck on them, to be honest. I even tried them last night. This was my newest recruit after the last session that I had actually lost 2. Well, I lost one of these and I'd lost the that's the obviously it's a Savage Gear Seeker. It's 30 gram. It casts like an absolute missile, but it was crap last night anyway. But there was that one. Oh yeah, I also replaced the duo that I'd lost. The duo Beach Walker. It's actually a glow one. I never even knew that was that bloody Axion. That's another one that's really hard to get hold of, but you can get them if you send off, you know, to a Singapore on eBay. I got that one, replaced that one. That's just come back through the post. Well, we're on soft plastics anyway, so it's a bugger then. Anyway, right, first one. This is my little golden nugget of the year. Is the Megabass Dark Sleeper. Lovely little things, aren't they? Little bloody gobies. Oh, I love them. We had a good session. That one's got a little chunk bitten out of it. From obviously, hopefully that was the fish that did that. That was my most productive one. This one. Also got a smaller version here of that, and there's another one here. That's Hannah Hayes, I think. Or Bob Hayes, I can't remember before. Anyway, that's the Dark Sleepers. Right, next is the Pirate Seducer. Ah, what a killer little lure. This is a great one, this is. So it always seems to be quite a productive lure in the right sort of scenario. Normally shallower sort of water, they don't get snagged. good one. The Albi snack. You see, look, I had to tie that. Probably one of them nights where I lost my glasses, but I had to tie the braid straight on and haven't really snipped it off. But that's another good. I put my own eyes on that one. That's that one, and this is another kid. This is what I caught. Broke my bad run of blanks this year with this one. This is the Evo Bass. Casts absolutely brilliant. Oh, just look at them hooks on that. That's the Trockyard, them ones. They're actually filed or ground to an actual beveled point. Evil looking things. So that's the Evo Bass. That one smells. That's got a scent to it. Is it amino acid or aniseed? Something like that. Doesn't smell like aniseed to me, but that's a bloody killer. Casts like a bullet. And obviously, how many is that? That's the this is the fifth one, which is the Savage Gear eel. I mean, the Savage Gear sandal. I mean, never leave without that. That's it's tiny compared to some of these little ones, but that's another little good. And I've got that in the bigger version as well, but I've not caught on that one. But this one is an absolute belter. Another great lure. And that's the end of the lure guide. So hopefully hopefully it's helped some of you that haven't really got a clue. I know a lot of you have probably seen me mention them before, but like I say, this is my new lure guide for next year. But this year I made a point that these are all lures that I have caught on these lures. You know, I know I've mentioned some in here that I haven't, but they're not really in the lure guide, if you get my point. Anyway, that's the end of the video. Subscribe, like, and send us a comment below and what you think or what lures are brilliant for you. I really want to hear that, you know. I really want to hear what lures have worked for you in 2020. Apart from that, I hope it's a better year than 2020, next year, 2021. Hopefully. So, Happy New Year to everybody when it comes round, because it's not quite yet, a couple of days yet, but there you go. Anyway, all the best. Thanks for watching.